In this week's episode of State of the Laundry Industry, we feature Randy Hollingsworth of Laney's Laundry. He had been doing pickup and delivery for years, and within 1 year of getting the Curbside Laundries wash and fold and pickup and delivery solution, he over tripled his pickup and delivery business.
Their system, it's almost like hands off. Everything you want is there. I would have no clue where I'm going, where I'm headed without the software, especially for the pickup and delivery.
I'm really excited to introduce Randy Hollingsworth. He's with Laney's Laundry over in Long Island, and the guy's just absolutely crushing it. So I'm just so excited to hear his story about how he got into wash and fold and pickup and delivery, or just the laundry business for that matter. And his numbers are just incredible. I wouldn't be surprised in just a few years that he's going to be grossing over $1 million in wash and fold per year at his current trajectory. He's just growing really, really fast. The other thing is this pickup and delivery is going off the hook too. He started up with Curbside Laundries just a couple years ago, and already his pickup and delivery has tripled, and in some cases quadrupled from year over year. So it's just fascinating to watch him grow. He's doing a lot of things right. I want to find out what he's doing. And he's in an area where there's a lot of competition. So to see him rising to the top is just really exciting. And just wanted to introduce Randy, and just curious as far as how you got started in wash and fold and in the laundry business.
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. Well, I got started 7 years ago. I wanted a business that was more or less hands off. Well, I thought it was going to be hands off. You know, I'm not physically doing the laundry, but I just wanted something that, you know, I could go away on vacation and not have to worry about being there. So with that, I picked, laundromat. Why not?
That's kind of the common joke in the laundry business, is everybody got into it because it's hands off, but then it turns out that there's a little bit of work involved.
Yes, there is. Phone calls, dealing with staff and soap and product and drivers, but it's pretty easy, especially with the software.
So in wash and fold, it does add some more moving parts. So you got wash and fold, which means you have to have staff, and then you got pickup and delivery, means you got to have the vehicle. So just wondering why you added that to the mix.
Well, we added pickup and delivery in the beginning. It was because people were asking, "Oh, do you pick up?" And I'm like, yes, but we didn't. I'm like, what's your address? We'll pick it up. And we started doing that, and we're getting up to 1, maybe even 2 pickups every day or every other day. But now we're averaging about at least 20 a day. Some days we have 40 stops.
Tomorrow you've got like 36 stops of pickup and delivery. So it's gone off the hook.
Yeah.
And how long were you doing pickup and delivery before you got Curbside Laundries?
A few years, but it wasn't anything, heavy. We'd get a call. It wasn't reoccurring customers. It was just, more of a one-off. I hurt my leg. Can you pick up my laundry? Yes.
So fascinating, because now you have close to 100 reoccurring customers. It's like guaranteed money every week or every 2 weeks. They're placing an order. The other part is you were doing pickup and delivery, and your numbers are good because you've been at it for a while. But then after you went with Curbside Laundries 1 year later, on average, numbers tripled from what you're doing before.
Yeah, it took off. And I always feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm always striving to do more, always pushing for, all right, how can we get more customers?
It's always a good question to be asking. And that's what I like about the software, is it handles the day-to-day. It kind of puts out fires or prevents fires in the first place. It's just a well-oiled machine. It goes into the system. There's a system in place. And then you can focus your time more on, how do I get more customers? And that was interesting how you mentioned there's an issue on quality control for a short period of time.
Yeah, I had some staffing issues. I had my top lady leave. She was putting in some pretty heavy hours, like 60 hours. So it's almost like I had to replace 2 people. And then they weren't as fast as she wasn't as neat as she was. Then you just kept hiring and kept hiring. And we finally are at a point now where I'm like, okay, we're back to being close to where we were when she left. At that point, I'm like, it's time to do the text message blast. Like, hey, I know we haven't been the best lately, but we've gotten our act together. We've got new staffing, new procedures. Give us another shot. Here's $15 off. They got their crap together. let me give them a shot. They're reaching out to me. I'll reach out to them.
The customers came back, and then a lot of people who may not have placed an order for a while came back too. And something I thought you did was really smart too. You had a good reason to get them back in the mix. They might have been turned off and didn't tell you. They might just go somewhere else. And you were pretty generous with the coupon because you understood this is a retention business.
Correct.
And it's all about the annual value of the customer, not the next order. And you're like, you know what? I want to get these guys back into the mix. And it was hugely successful. And I think that also because we've had the same stuff. We went through some dry cleaners. They were doing a good job until they weren't, probably because of staffing issues. And we had to tell our clients who were doing dry cleaning, hey, we got a new dry cleaning partner, and we were able to earn their business again. Same thing happened with our drivers. We were short on drivers, and things kind of turned into a mess for about 4 to 6 weeks until we found the right team again. We let people know. So I think one of the main lessons here is communication. We all go through our ups and downs and we hit our groove. And if you get out of groove, that's okay. But get back on groove and let your clients know, give us another try, and we're back to where we were.
Yeah, it's very important. Don't let it go too long. Don't go 6 months and go, oh, let me reach out. They're like, who are you? You got to get them while it's fresh.
Yeah, it's another part of the software. It's kind of like a nervous system where you could see what's going on. You could just look on your dashboard on your phone or at home or wherever, and you could say, wait, what's going on? Why is the driver taking this much time? Or you see instantly what your schedule for the week looks like. So it's just right there at your fingertips.
Right there.
There's a lot of different pickup and delivery solutions out there. I was just curious as far as why you chose Curbside Laundries.
Well, I looked at all the others, and I don't know, this one just seemed to offer more. And, when I called and I spoke to a Curbside team, they were able to answer my questions and not have to get back to me, whereas others were like, oh, we're working on that. Oh, that's something that we're going to be rolling out in the future. I know you guys are always rolling out, which is good, but these other people, they just had too much to roll out.
Software takes time to roll stuff out. I've seen people strung along for 6 months or a year. That feature was, quote, being rolled out, just never happened. They got strung along for 6 months or a year, and then they're like, you know what? I can't wait any longer. So
exactly.
We've got a software update coming out next month. We already started beta testing, so we're just constantly making improvements. What your long-term strategy as far as where you see this going on pickup and delivery?
Glad you asked. Long-term strategy I see is getting another delivery van so that we can increase the areas we're able to pick up from and deliver to. And as far as getting another store to handle it, we don't need that. We can just increase the hours at our current, location, which next week we're starting a 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift for the first time.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I got one employee for that shift. She's going to do 5 days.
The nighttime shift, it's a little bit harder to find the right people for it. Some people say, oh yeah, we'll do that. And then they do it one time and they're like, working the night shift is not for me.
Exactly.
But the people it does work for, they love it because they don't have somebody over their shoulder. They don't have customers putting their load of laundry into the same machine that they were using. Because sometimes the attendants get kind of territorial, like this area is mine. And then it's just, they could do their thing without interruption. They're just so much more efficient.
And you get so many people who want that 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. I've gotten a ton of people, and none of them can do wash and fold. I'm like, you told me you had experience. What is this? We test everyone out a couple hours. We put them on day. Like I've had this young lady on days for about 2 or 3 weeks. She's gotten it now. So now we're going to shift her to the night shift, which she was hired for.
Software makes it so much easier because you could track the pounds at your fingertips. You could also see the initial weight and the final weight. So if there's a discrepancy, like, hey, maybe there's some mixed up stuff going on. So it does definitely help you keep tabs when you bring on new talent.
Yeah. Hard to find good people.
It definitely is. We've got our core group and we keep adding to it. When you find the right people, you want to keep them.
Yeah.
I'm showing a map of New York and Long Island and just New Jersey. Each pin is a client of Curbside Laundries doing pickup and delivery. And you can't even see New York. It is just covered in pins. And there's just so many people doing pickup and delivery. And then I see your numbers and it's just crazy because you're just growing. There's no end in sight. Things are just going up and up. Some people hesitate because there's, quote, competition. What's your feeling as far as how that affects business, how that's affecting you?
Well, there's a ton of competition in our area. In fact, there is a laundromat, I would say 50 feet from me. You can
Wow.
park in front of my laundromat and either go into me or walk a few doors down and go into the other guy. And the other guy is pickup and delivery only. Customers can't walk in and do their own laundry. He has a lot of corporate accounts and things like that. He's actually looking to go out in a few years. So I told him, hey, listen, I'm here to take all your clients when you're ready. A lot of competition around the corner. There's laundromats all over.
I thought Long Beach was bad because there's 80 some laundromats just in Long Beach. And we've got so many that are within a half mile, but not 50 feet. When I was in commercial real estate, the broker said, if there's a pizza place on each 3 corners of the block, so you got 4 corners and there's a pizza place on 3 of the 4 corners, what should you build on the 4th corner?
Pizza
And
place.
the answer is pizza, because that neighborhood loves pizza.
Yeah.
Really comes down to your reputation, because people are going to look at your Yelp reviews and your Google reviews and are you guys doing a good job?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're going to look at all that: Yelp, Google, word of mouth.
And ultimately, it comes down to doing a good job. And that was awesome to see that you're responsive. Like you hit a rough patch, and then it's like, okay, I got that fixed, but now I have to let the customers know I got that fixed.
Exactly.
Getting it fixed isn't good enough. You got to communicate. You're taking care of the customer.
Yep, and that's my main focus. Just take care of the customer. You'd be surprised what $10 off will do to a customer's mindset. Oh, I wasn't happy with this. They gave me $10 off my next order. I'm going to continue to use them every week. That goes a long way.
That's a great point. And also, if a customer has a problem, store credit when possible is always the best route of going versus just here's a refund.
Yeah.
Store credit, 1, they feel compensated. 2, it also implies they're coming back. So you have another chance to earn their business.
Exactly.
Thank you for being on the podcast. I think people will learn a lot as far as your journey and like the most important parts, keeping in touch with the customers and just doing a good job, and wish you continued success. And I think that's fantastic, just seeing your progress.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love growing with Curbside. You guys are helping me. So, with your help, I'm able to keep it moving.
Yeah, and that's one of the fun parts about building the software is we're like, okay, which features are going to help our clients make more money? And so those features go to the highest priority, because we've got a laundromat too. I just want stuff done so quickly, but things do take time, but we're pedal to the metal as far as development, because the sooner certain features are out, the more money everybody's going to make. So we're all in it together. So
Awesome.
Just appreciate you for being a client, and we'll continue doing what we're doing and hope, keep making things better.
Thank you so very much.
If you'd like to learn more about the Curbside Laundries wash and fold and pickup and delivery solution, the same solution that helped Brandy triple his pickup and delivery business in just 1 year, go to curbsidelaundries.com. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. See you next time.